Okay, here are some questions that I asked that really caused me great heartburn early on in my career. As an American, as an Australian, we tend to take people for face value and for the word. So when we say things like, can you make this? That's a loaded question. Because if I'm a supplier and you ask me, Mike, can you make the space shuttle? Sure. With enough time and NASA as my subcontractor and money, I can make the space shuttle for you. That's a lot different from, I need to buy a space shuttle tomorrow, have you made it? So, being realistic, a more concrete example, like a watch. So you might go to a microphone supplier that you think is a watch supplier and say, can you make a watch? Oh yeah, we've got staff, we've got a production schedule, we've got access to raw material, but they may have never made a watch before. So you want to ask, show me the watches that you've made from your production line, not outsourced, in the last 2 weeks. And if they say, here's a sample from our factory that we own, that's a lot better than saying, we can make something. So show me what you have made is a better question than what can you make. Because in theory, anything can be made. Put a man in space in China, built the Great Wall. Yeah, with enough time, anything can be done. The other very dangerous question to ask is, give me a sample. You're at the trade show booth, and you want to take a sample to show to your customers in order to get the order. So the supplier takes something off the rack and gives it to you. You're thinking, oh, this is representative of what I will get from this supplier if I place an order. When you go to a trade show, you take your best stuff, right? You take your newest ideas, make sure that you bring what's called the golden sample. It's the best material, your best engineering, your best laborers to make it look nice. Same thing here. So just because the word sample can mean prototype sample, or it can mean production sample. It can mean production sample from another factory, or it can mean production sample from that seller. So you have to be very specific when give me a sample. Is this a representative sample? Is it what can be made, or did you make this? One time, very embarrassing, but I'll tell it. I was new in business, and I went to a trade show, and I gave out 10 samples to 10 potential suppliers. I picked one supplier. It didn't work out very well. The next year I came back, and somehow I managed to keep the orders from my customer, and I had an ability had the offer to provide the same product again. So I went around to some of those suppliers and said, hey, I'm still in business, I'd like to order, can you give me a sample? I didn't realize it, but one of the suppliers that I met the year before kept my sample, gave it And so now we've got everybody signed up, excited to do business, but that supplier has never made the product before. So didn't I look silly when I had to say, yeah, that's the sample, but we need $10,000 to open molds to start production. And so my customer's thinking that this was already in production. It was a matter of just making some extra parts. So be aware that there are golden samples out there. The suppliers didn't mean to trick you. As buyers, it was our mistake not to clarify, is that a prototype sample, representative sample, production sample? What is it? So, can you make this and give me a sample? Very dangerous questions to ask.